Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video will be on this beautiful gown. It seems like I've made this style before. I can't really remember, but this is what we're going to be making today. So I've made it a couple of times. This is for a bigger child, an older child, and then for the one we'll be doing today is for a 4 to 5 year old, and I'll be making use of 1 yard of crepe fabric, and then some scrap of fabric that I found in my collection. So let's get straight into the video. Just like I mentioned, I'll be using 1 yard of black fabric, and the first thing I'm going to be doing is to fold my fabric. I'll be cutting the back and the front together. So I'll fold my fabric this way, first fold, and then I'm going to fold over again. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do well to hit on the subscribe button and join the family. So whatever I'm going to be folding to, it will be my bust measurement divided by 4 plus about 1.5 inches, then a plus 2.5 inches. I hope this makes sense. So you have your bust plus your stitching allowance plus extra allowance for the A-line effect. So once I am done with that, I'll go ahead and mark a straight line to serve as our starting point. Once I am done with that, from that starting point, I'm going to go ahead and take the length of this gown. So for the length of this gown is 25 inches. Then I'm going to be adding 1 inch stitching allowance to it to hem it. The other shoulder stitching allowance will be added to the shoulder part of this gown. So once I am done with that, taking the length of this gown, we're going to go ahead and start inserting our measurements. And for my shoulder measurement, my shoulder is 4 inches, and then I'll add ½ inch stitching allowance. So the shoulder is shoulder divided by 2, right? So I added ½ inch to attach our sleeve. And then for my bust point, I am going down by 5 inches because I don't want it to be fitted. This gown is not going to have a zipper allowance. It's not going to have a zipper. So I'm going to go ahead and insert our bust measurement divided by 4 plus 1.25. You can do 1.5 as well. So this allowance is my stitching allowance, including an ease allowance. You don't want it to be fitted because it doesn't have a zipper. So you're going to find it, the child is going to find it difficult to put it on if it's fitted because of no zipper style. So that's why I usually add 1.25, and then I'll use ½ inch to stitch it down. Then the remaining one will just be for ease. I hope you get the gist. So for my neckline, I am going out for my width 2.5, and then for my depth I am doing 2.75 as well, 2.75. That's if I'm not mistaken. Then for my shoulder slope, I went down by ½ inch, and then I'll add my stitching allowance here for my shoulder, just like I mentioned I'm going to do. And then I bring up my neckline to meet that place. So I'm going to go ahead and measure my measurement at my bust point, get my measurement at my bust point, and then I'll transfer it to my hem area. So I'll make a point there. And then I'm going to be adding extra 2.5 to 3 inches for allowance. You don't want it to be too wide. This A-line effect, if it's too wide, it doesn't come out nice. So you don't, especially for older children, so it doesn't come out really nice. So I'm go ahead and then connect this line to give it that A-line effect. Then because this is for our back and front bodies, I'm go ahead and mark my back neckline for 1.25. because that's what we are going to be cutting out first before cutting the front neckline. And that's basically all for the drafting. If you haven't subscribed up to this moment, please take 1 minute to hit on the subscribe button, join the family. And to my old subscribers, you guys have been amazing, and I really love all your support so far. Please do well to wash my ass, give me a thumbs up, and share my videos to family and friends. So once I am done cutting the back neckline, I will separate it and then cut the front neckline. So let's get into the design at the front. So from the center of this gown, I'll come out by 1.5 inches. So from there, I'm going to draw a triangle, just the way you see me do this. So you draw up a slanted line, and then from there you draw another one to come down So from the hem side of it is going to be you're going to be leaving about 2.5 inches to 3 inches at that side. That's at my right side now. So because we need half inch to stitch this down, so because I will be needing half inch to stitch this down, so from that place you're going to go ahead. Okay, what I have here is about 5 inches for 5.5, so I'm going to go in by half of an inch from this first line that we just marked. I just hope you guys can see the line clearly, because I try not to like mark so well on the fabric. So this is what we have. So from that line I'll come in by half of an inch, so that we'll use that half of an inch to stitch it down. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'll come in by half of an inch, and then I'll draw it all the way up, just like we did for the first line as well. So where I'm going to be cutting is this one that this new line that I just drew. I beg you. Sorry about that. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. So you're transferring this to the pink fabric. Then for the sleeve, I'm cutting the 2 sleeves together. So I'll go ahead and fold my fabric and then fold over again. I'll go ahead and measure and know if it's up to what I have. So what I'll be having is my round sleeve measurement divided by 2 plus extra 4 to 5 inches, so that we will have excess to plait it into the shoulder. If you look at the style, you understand what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to go ahead, since it wasn't enough, I decided to refold, and then I'll measure again, and that's exactly what I have. So we're going to go ahead and start taking our measurements. So for the length of this sleeve, because this sleeve has a band and I want to have a band of 1.5 inches, so I'll be taking out 1 inch. By the time I stitch it down, I'll have my 1.5 inches taken away. So do you understand? So I'm taking out 1.5 inches, yes, but I'll be using half inch to stitching it down. If I cut at that 1.5 inches, by the time I stitch it down, that means I'll have shortage of fabric of half inch. So that's why I am just taking out 1 inch. Then for my sleeve height cap, I'm going down by 3 inches, if I'm not mistaken, at the time I am doing this voice note. And then I'll go ahead and connect this, just like I keep mentioning. Just draw a long S to get, if you don't have your French cuff, to use it to connect your sleeve. When you look at it, you see that it's kind of a long S. So that's what we have. And then I'll go ahead and cut this out. If you have any question, please don't hesitate to put it in the comment section, and then I'm going to get back to you as soon as I can. So remember, we are going to be having a band of 1.5 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and mark the length of the band to be, and then with my stitching allowance. So that's what I have there. For this round sleeve, my round sleeve is 8 inches, but I'm marking at 9 inches. My round sleeve is 9 inches, but I marked at 10 inches. So the 1 inch is to stitch it down on both sides. Oh, I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. So once I am done with that, I'll bring in the band, and then I'll bring in my sleeve. I'll place it, close it up this way. You can see the way I'm holding it. Then I'll place it at the one side of the sleeve. I'll stitch it down, and then I'll start making place. So make sure that the most part of your plait is at the center of this band, so that it will centralize with the shoulder side. I hope you understand this. So I'll stitch it down all the way. If you have a serging machine, go ahead and serge it immediately at this point. And I'll do the same thing for the other sleeve. And then for the pink design on the gown, I'll go ahead and bring in my pink fabric. So I'll bring in my pink fabric, and then I'll take the black one and place on it. So we're going to be cutting out this, but before cutting it out, we're going to be adding our stitching allowance to it. That's ½ inch on both sides, and then we're going to go ahead and cut this out. So guys, once we cut that out, we are going to go ahead and cut our bow. For the bow, I have 4 inches by 5 inches. So this bow is going to be like 3 steps, one small, then you have the medium one, and then the longest one. So this depends on the age you are making for. Just like I said, mine is 4 to 5 years. So this is what we have. And also this other one should also be in sizes. You have the small to the longest of it all. So for the edge of it that has this a sharp edge, you fold it into two and then fold over again. You see the way I'm going to cut this, the same way, that's the same way you're going to cut yours as well. So this is exactly what you do, and you have your sharp edge the way you want it to be. So you're going to go ahead and stitch this down all the way. Whatever I do to this, I do to the other remaining pieces. So I will stitch it down and leave an opening at the center to turn it to the right side, and I will do the same thing for the bow as well. And I'll repeat the same thing for the bow. I'll stitch it down all the way, then leave some opening to turn it to the right side. And I'll do the same thing for the remaining parts of the bow. And then this is for the what we are going to be using to close up our stitching line. So I'll stitch it down and then turn it to the right side. So once we are done with that, we are going to go over to the gown. So this, I'll bring in my gown, and then we are going to bring out the pin fabric that we just cut out. I don't know where my pins are. I don't know if I'm the only one that that her pin keeps getting lost. So I'm going to be working without pins today. So I'll place it this way, and then you see the way I turned it. This is the right side of the gown, so I'll turn it this way, and then we are going to stitch it down. So the right side of the gown is facing me. I'll stitch it down to the end. Once I am done with that, you should have something like this. So because nothing is holding it, we are not going to open it up all the way through. And then I'll turn this. You see the way I turned it? That's the same way you are going to do, and then stitch down the other one. If you have a serging machine, go ahead to serge it. And once we are done with that, I'll bring in my back bodies, and then I'll place it this way, front facing front, and stitch it down. So guys, this is our sleeve after I was done. You can see it. And then I'm also done with the shoulder area as well, and also I'm done with the pink attachment as well. So the next thing you're going to be doing is to attach our sleeve. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this gown to the right side, and then the neckline, we're going to be doing the neckline afterwards. So I'm go ahead, and because I don't have pins, so I'm just going to go ahead and use my sleeve to measure how much, where my plates are going to end. So I'll just like measure with these two fabric. I don't know how to explain this, just look at the video, you understand. So I'll hold it to the end of the fabric, and then I'll arrange it all the way, moving towards the shoulder. I'll pin it down, so I'll have the excess fabric towards my shoulder. So this is the excess that we have. So I'm going to be, once I'm stitching down, once I get to that place, I will fold in the excess into the shoulder. I hope you get this. So once I am done with that, I'll go ahead and place this front facing front, and then I'll stitch on both seam side. So guys, this is what we have. It seems like I'm talking too much. I'm tired already. So I'm going to go ahead and work on the neckline. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is to measure the neckline all the way from one shoulder to the other shoulder, and then to meet this our starting point. And what I have there, I think is about 18.5 inches, or if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out a fabric of about 2.75 inches. So by the time you fold it, you have the fabric that you have. And then our neck measurement, I divided it into two, just like you see me. So what we have there is about 9 point something. So we are going to take out 1 inch from the total measurement of your neckline. So you divide your neckline into two, and then you take out 1 inch. Then I'm adding ½ inch stitching allowance. I hope you get this. So your neck measurement divided by 2 minus 1 inch. So assuming you get your neck measurement of 5 inches, you take out 1 inch from it. That is 4 inches. Not like you're taking out from the total length. I hope you divide it before you take out. I hope you understand this now. Then if you're using a very stretchy fabric, please take out 1.5 inches. So I'll go ahead and stitch this down. So guys, this is what you have after stitching it down. You're going to go ahead and open it up, and then you fold in from the wrong side of the band that we just cut out. So once you fold it down, you're going to bring in the main fabric. So remember at this point now that the band is now shorter than the the neckline. That's the essence of taking out that 1 inch from it. So what you're going to be doing is that once you start your stitching, you're going to pull on the band. So you're going to stretch, just like you want to attach an elastic, you pull on an elastic, right? So when you want to attach it, as you're stitching, you pull on only the band. Please don't pull on your main fabric. You pull on the band as you are stitching it down. I don't know why it wasn't clear on the video. So that's what you're going to do until you get to the end. You can go ahead and top stitch it once you are done as well, or you just use your iron and iron it out well. So I'll go ahead and hem this gown. If you have any question, please leave it in the comment section. I'm trying to rush this video because I have something staring at me that I had to attend to. Then for the bow, you can see I've already turned this, all of them to the right side. So I'm going to arrange it. You know, it's in sizes, from the smallest to the biggest. So I'll go ahead and fold it. This is the way I do my bow. That is easier for me. You can also use your hand needle to stitch it at the center to form that bow, or you can just do as I am doing. So once I'm done folding it, you can see what I have. My bow is well placed. The openings, I'm going to be stitching it down afterwards. Then the other one, you fold it this way, and then make sure it is center to center, and then this longer part should be facing each other. Then my thread is folded into two, so I'll use this thread and then I'll tie it. Tie this thing like your life depends on it, so that it doesn't loosen up. I haven't had any experience of it losing, so that's why I'm telling you have to tie it so tight, that's very strongly. Once you are done, you are going to go ahead and make a knot to hold it down, and then you're going to go ahead and cut out your excess thread. Once you are done with that, you pick up your the other fabric that we made. You're going to be using to close up this area. So you're going to go ahead and place it this way to the back and stitch it down. Once you stitch it down, you cut off the excess and then turn it inward so that stitched part will be inward. And once you're done with the 3 bows, you're going to go ahead and then attach it on the fabric. And that's basically all for this style. I hope you're enjoying it and find value in it. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, share my videos to family and friends, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.